But tonight we're going to go on to our top 5 countdown of foreign films. I told you at the beginning, I am here to celebrate these amazing foreign films, and I'm super stoked. But let's kick it off with number 5, shall we? All right, my number 5 when it comes to foreign film. Now, all right, I should give a little bit of a back. I started watching foreign films. I watched kung fu movies when I was a kid. They were all dubbed, so the concept of foreign films wasn't there for me as a kid. Like, I watched a lot of American film, and then when I was about 17, 18, I graduated high school, and my buddy had gone to film school, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come audit the class?" I was not going to film school at the time. He was like, "You want to come audit the class, check it out, talk some movies, it'll be fun." So I did. And they showed Cinema Paradiso. And I was like, I was blown away, and, talking about the movie and like having those discussions. It like pushed me in. I was so ignorant. I was such a snob. I don't want to read, I'll watch dub stuff, but I don't want to read subtitles, stuff like that. And like, I feel like because I waited so long till I got to 18, like I wonder if that was good or bad. Like, did I miss out on so much that I really could add an appreciation for? Or was I now older and like I really appreciate foreign films more? So sometimes it's a little lost on me. But my number 5 is Amelie. It's out of France from 2001. It is a fantastic film about a young girl who wants to just bring joy to people's life. She has such a great imagination, and then it's a beautiful love story intertwined into it with her. Oh, it's such a wonderful story. Oh, my heart flutters every time I think about this movie because it is such a beautiful drama, but there's so much beautiful little comedy to it. France really does that so perfectly, where they can marry romance into all different sort of genres. Like, drama can be mixed in, comedy, music, things like that. Is very vibrant. This movie, the colors are beautiful and they really jump off the screen. So if you've never seen Amelie, please watch it. It's a beautiful film. And all of the movies that are on here are very famous foreign films, but there's a reason that they're on my top 5. These are all movies that blew me away at one point or another. I watched this when I was in film school. I think it was 2007. And it was just... and I watched that at the urging of a friend of mine who grew up in Poland and was like, just kind of like throwing... We were in film school together, and he was like throwing so many, like he was like piling up foreign films I should watch. And man, and he's a great cinematographer now, Jagorz. Thank you. Like, because you did this. You turned me on to like Amelie and all these other brilliant foreign films, and like opened my eyes to just this beauty from different countries that I just like, I'm such an advocate for now. And Amelie kicked that off in my filmmaking world, where I was like, I don't want to just work on American films. I want to work all over and learn different ways, because there's so many different ways the filmmaking goes down, and there's so many different ways that each country kind of like goes about it. And I love that. So it's not one certain way. But that's my number 5. Now my number 4 is The Bicycle Thief, also known as Bicycle Thieves. This is a story that takes place in Italy in 1948. This is post-war. A lot of rebuilding was going on. A lot of poverty. To get work, you needed a vehicle of some sort. And a bike was like the big one, Oh, excuse me. So much talking. I'm losing air. A bike was a big one. And this man, father, who is just trying to make ends meet for his family, gets a job, and he has his bike, and he's super happy, super proud of himself. But his bike gets stolen. And this movie follows him and his son as they go throughout the day trying to find the bicycle thief who took it back. And it ends in such a... I don't want to say it is tragic in a lot of ways, but there's a beautiful thing about the misery that comes at the end of this film that I just think that everyone should watch. This beautiful, beautiful film. It's beautifully acted. The story just will stick with you forever. This is one that I have to watch every once in a while, but I love this movie, The Bicycle Thief, or The Bicycle Thieves, if you have a chance. And I like to call it The Bicycle Thief because there's a double sort of connotation to both those titles, really. But the second one, The Bicycle Thieves, I think kind of sullies that connotation in such a way. That's why I like the double entendre of The Bicycle Thief. And you'll find out why if you watch the movie, but it's definitely go check for sure. Number 3 is The Seventh Samurai. Now, Kurosawa, if you've never seen a Kurosawa film, he's made like 30 of them. Watch every single one because they're brilliant. Every single one's brilliant. And this isn't his best movie. This probably is most famous in America. This is the first one I've ever seen of Kurosawa. And again, that was later in life. Like, I watched that, I want to say Seventh Son. I watched that in Turner Classic. I was probably around 22, 23 years old or something like that. And I was blown away by it. because I had seen The Magnificent Seven, which is based on, but I had never seen the original. And I was just, and this was the first Kurosawa film, like I said. I had just seen The Seventh Seal, why am I drawing a blank now? Seventh Seal. Not too long before that, and like I was just really into the black and white 50s sort of storytelling, especially in foreign. So I went to Seven Samurai, and I was just blown away. This is one I got to watch every few years just to keep up with, because it is a really beautiful film. It's so well crafted and well told. The acting in is great. The costuming, the production design, everything about this movie. Kurosawa put his lifeblood into every one of his films to tell beautiful stories, heartbreaking stories at times too, about the country he loves of Japan. So this is out of Japan. It came out in 1954. A brilliant movie. Again, please go check this out if you have a chance. It is 1,000% worth it. And number 2, I'm going back another year to another black and white film. This is in my top 5. This is a heartbreaking, probably one of the most intense thrillers I have ever seen. And if you have not had a chance, please watch this movie. And that is The Wages of Fear. It has been remade. It actually has been remade a few times. It was remade. It was called The Sorcerer with it was I can't think of his name off the top of my head, because I'm like thinking now about The Wages of Fear from 53. And it was a French film, but it was shot in Italy. And it had to be. I think it takes place in South America though. And so it's a French film about these impoverished men who are looking for work. It's not a lot is there, and they're offered work to be truck drivers for nitroglycerin through the Amazon rainforest. That's insanity. In the 50s. So like it's this intense thriller of watching these men, because they need this nitroglycerin to put out a fire, an oil well fire on the other side of the rainforest. So, and they need this, and it's the only way they can get it there. They can't get it any other way. So these men have to take this death-defying trip to get that nitroglycerin there. And it's just, I'm telling you, like, intensity is the word. It's the name of the game with this movie, and it's worth it from beginning to end. This movie will keep you like, just like, oh my God, so like, I don't want to give anything away. I'm just so excited. It's one of my favorites. So please go check out The Wages of Fear. And I want to thank my good buddy over at, this one I watched fairly recently. I want to say 2020, 2021 maybe. Had never heard of it before. I've heard of The Sorcerer, which came out in the 70s, a remake, and they did remake it maybe like a year or two ago for a TV show on Netflix. Have not seen that. That might be interesting. It's a cool story, like I said, but this original, I have to believe, is just the best, because it just really was from beginning to end just a brilliant film. So if you haven't had a chance to check this out, please go watch The Wages of Fear from 53. It's worth it 100%. But number 1 on my list. All right. And I talked about it earlier. It was like one of the first foreign films like I watched, knowing it was a foreign film and like kind of like watching it with those eyes, was Cinema Paradiso, an Italian film from 1988 about a young boy living in pre-war Italy when they're, and he's growing up, and he befriends a projectionist at the local movie theater. And through his time and his friendship with this projectionist, he learns all about life through movies. And being a cinephile, being somebody who loves movies as much as I do, it spoke to me on so many levels. And Cinema Paradiso is such a beautiful film of friendship, of love, of what it means to be alive and to be good and to really embrace all of the beauty that life offers you, even when times are really dark. And that is a great message, especially for today. So Cinema Paradiso, if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. But that's my top 5 of foreign films. If you haven't had a chance, go check it out for sure.